Are you listening?
Well, here we are. Normally, we would be getting ready to go to the next round of the playoffs to kick some booty. That's not going to happen. No, it's okay. I've gotten used to it. But what I can't stand is payback time. The haters. Each and every year, I send out the little Kevin Hart mimes. You know, the ones that read, "Is your team in the playoffs? No? Then sit down and shut the bleep up." I send those out each and every year like Christmas cards. And now they're sending them back to me. Not only are they sending them back to me, they're sending them back the same ones that I sent to them in the first place. Oh, man. Enjoy, haters. It's going to be a short-lived joy. And besides that, I have made the antidote for that particular mime. You can use this if you like. It reads, "Did your team win the Super Bowl? Then stop talking about how at least your team made the playoffs." Have a good time with this, 49ers. It ain't no big deal. And there's so much fun to be had so far. Did you enjoy the Cowboys versus the Lions the other day when they picked up that flag? Normally, I would not think that was funny, but that was such a bad call that I had to laugh. I know if it was us, it'd be the 40 whiners at it again. Let me make one thing clear about that right now. Niner fans whine, legitimate whines. When we're upset, there's good reason to be upset. But that was wrong. In Detroit, I'm so sorry for you. The league had to come out and apologize, but it does nothing for you getting back into the playoffs, so I don't even know why they did that. Ooh, and watching what's going on right now with the coaches that are being released. There is a rule called the Rooney Rule that stipulates that teams cannot hire a coach immediately. That's what's taking so long to see anybody say, "We will take this person as our team's coach," because the Rooney Rule stipulates that teams must first look at defensive coordinators, offensive coordinators, and other coaches and minorities. Yes, I've already sent my application. I'm still waiting for a recall. Ow! But let me ask you this. Were you shocked to see the 49ers were not interested in Mike Holmgren? I was thinking if Holmgren walks into the office, and this is any NFL franchise that he walks into, wouldn't you say, "Ooh, Mike, sit down. Can I get you something to drink? Oh, wait, let me take you out to dinner. I'll bring the papers with us." The 49ers told him no. Could there be some truth to the rumor about Jed York and his mama? Because you see, Holmgren would have commanded a lot of control over the organization in the process that makes a team what makes a team a winner. Could it be that Jed and his mom want to maintain a certain amount of control on that team? Trent Balk would have been out of a job, but hey, we may have been on our way to the Super Bowl. Guess we'll have to wait and see. They've not appointed anybody yet. Shanahan still in the mix. Fangio fans still in the mix. We'll have to wait. Maybe possibly this time next week we'll know. And the other good news, Greg Roman has been given permission to take interviews. All I could think about was that song. Ding dong, the witch is dead. The wicked witch, the wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. Let me back off on Greg Roman. Something was pointed out to me the other day on the IG. Greg Roman may be taking the brunt of a lot of responsibility that may have been Jim Harbaugh. According to NorCal Bully, he pointed out that all Roman did was submit plays to Jim Harbaugh, and Jim would make those choices and call them out on the field. Wasn't aware of that. So maybe it could be it follows the other ultimatum given to Jim when he was told he had to get rid of Greg Roman or he too would be leaving. It all kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, we'll have to wait and see. Cappy has a new quarterback coach. Yes, Kurt Warner has stepped into the picture. Kurt's going to show him things like how to read defenses, how to react, how to make better judgment calls. And Kurt, please teach Cap how to put a little lighter touch. When a man's 10 yards down the field, you don't need to throw a 95-mile-an-hour fastball to hit him. Maybe Cap was concerned about the INT. Cap says anybody steps in the way, they could be taking their life in their hands. Maybe that's what Cap was thinking. But Cap's over at Kurt's place right now, and they're going over some of the things they'll be learning between now and training camp coming up in the spring and summer. And we're going to have a brand new, shiny Colin Kaepernick. Looking so forward to that. Meantime, the playoffs, real quickly. The Panthers versus the Hawks. If Cam Newton looked like he looked last week, that St. Louis defense was all over him. See him walk around, his back all bent up, he's making all those faces. If Cam plans on bringing that same offensive line with him, he's going to look worse than that this week. Unfortunately, take the Hawks. And also, the Cowboys versus the Pack. Lambeau Field, if it's 9, 10, 5, 6 degrees like it likes to be this time of year, it could be difficult. But it could also be difficult for Aaron Brooks has a bad calf. On that cold weather, that may tighten up and could cause a problem. The Cowboys' key to winning this game is ball control. DeMarco Murray, keep that ball on the ground, grind out that clock, and that makes Dez Bryant a lethal weapon. You just keep on wearing the Packers out. What you want to do is control that clock and keep Aaron Rodgers on the sidelines. If Aaron's not on the field, cutting up your defense like a surgeon, how is he going to win? I predict that is going to be the Cowboys' strategy. Take the Cowboys to win this. 8-0 versus 8-0. Road and at home, I like the Cowboys. And also, Ravens versus Pats. Flacco, for some reason, does not fear going to Foxborough. Tom Terrific could be in trouble. In fact, that is pretty much what I think is going to happen. Take the Ravens to take out Tom Terrific and move on to the next round. Denver versus Indianapolis. Normally it'd be a no-brainer. Of course, Peyton Manning's going to take them apart. No, that's not going to happen. Manning has been struggling of late as well. That Indy defense is tough. I think they're primed and ready to roll. That is going to be an Indy game as well. There you have it. Nancy Laura, you were worried about the Cowboys versus the Pack? That's what I'm talking about. Cowboys. I'll see you next week and we'll talk more about this as well. What's going on around the NFL and especially what's going on with the 49ers.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Niners!
Oh, this you crazy mother.